Yo, what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we are doing our first Underdog mock draft of the offseason. Now, I've just kind of wanted to wait until more things get figured out and we kind of get a better idea of where everybody's going to really get into these. I have tried a couple different times, but I've had a little bit of trouble getting into some of these drafts where there's actually people. Today we're doing a 12-team mock draft. If any of you guys don't know Underdog, I'm sure you do by now, so no need to explain it, but it's best ball. We're going to actually get into the draft here. So yeah, let's get it going. Now, this draft might be a little bit rough for me just because it's my first one. So really starting to get an idea of where everyone's going and a little bit different draft strategy with Underdog. It looks like we got the 5 pick in this first draft. So let's actually get into it. The first round this year has definitely been one of the biggest question marks that I've seen in recent years. So a little bit interested to see where this goes. There's definitely a way bigger emphasis on wide receivers. I think part of that is just given how good wide receivers have been. And then also just how confusing the running back situation has been, and there's just no like workhorses like there used to be, so it's hard to really get those difference makers. So I think JJ and Jamar Chase are pretty obvious first picks. I will say Christian McCaffrey as the number 2, a little bit surprising. All right, Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp off the board. I think this pick is really between Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce for me, so it really just kind of depends how I want to build my team. We're just going to lock in our wide receiver position. We'll go with Tyreek Hill here first, but I think, no real wrong option there. It does feel a little bit weird to take Travis Kelce that high, but I just think given the landscape of everything, it really just makes a lot of sense going this high in the draft and, how he's produced. I don't think he's slowing down anytime soon. Now, I actually play mostly in a lot of 10-man leagues where we do multiple flex positions. I know it's kind of standard for everyone to do 12 teams, but it is a little bit different for me doing this 12 team. I'm not as used to it, so build is definitely a little bit different of the teams. I know Bijan's awesome, but are we not taking him a little bit high here at the running back 4? I mean, I think that's a little bit crazy. All right, the first round is officially finished. Let's go over it. We got Justin Jefferson, Christian McCaffrey, Jamar Chase, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker. I think pretty standard first round, I will say. Although I said it was going to be heavy on wide receiver, it does surprise me a little bit how heavy it is. I also think Kenneth Walker as a running back 3 is a little bit high, but I don't think I have him ranked too much lower. Probably going to definitely start seeing a run of running backs go. Man, I think it's crazy that Saquon's still on the board. He's probably going to go now, but I think that's crazy. Don't let Saquon fall to me. Do not do it. All right, wait, who are we feeling here? There's a lot. Brees, I like that, but I think a little bit early. Nick Chubb, Tony Pollard. Do I stack it? Do I go quarterback? Is it quarterback time? If I didn't take the tight end, that definitely makes a little bit more sense. Okay. I was going to take Mahomes if he was still there, but I think I'm going to take... I'm not going to take Jalen Waddle because I have Tyreek Hill, so that really ruins that for me. Although this is a great spot for Jalen Waddle here, but it definitely limits my upside. I'm still going to go quarterback. I'm going to take Josh Allen here, though. I'm not normally this high on quarterbacks early, but this year is just totally different, and I think these are real difference makers at this point. Now, I'm really hoping that Breece Hall will be back to me at the turn, but we will have to see. Probably a little bit ambitious, but we'll have to see. I feel like this year is just so much different than it has been in the past years, which I like it, but I am wondering if it's a little bit of an overcorrection on the running backs. I'm also gonna have to get back in the rhythm of doing like these videos for mock drafts because it's actually kind of difficult to talk about it and focus on what I'm doing. Nick Chubb and Tony Pollard, Travis Etienne, these are all great options still here. See, these running backs are becoming a real value where you can get these kind of guys in the 3rd round. Like, that's crazy. Full wide receiver stack, just full 0 RB. Interesting choice, but I get it. I mean, those are studs. We're definitely going to see a lot of 0 RB, I think, but that's just going to create these value for these running backs. Like, look at these guys that are all here in the 3rd round. This is crazy. But that also makes it more valuable to take a wide receiver in the beginning, because if you can get one of the elite wide receivers, then it'll be a whole difference. So really interesting to see how it kind of plays out. Neither of these guys have running backs, so Breece is definitely going to get taken before my pick, but I'm still stoked with, honestly, any of these guys. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Breece Hall, come home. I love this man. Oh, man, that's awesome. I did not think he was going to fall all the way back to me, but I love it. All right. I think this is a great start. I don't normally try to kind of spread out the positions, but it's just kind of how it fell to me. I think I got elite guys at every position. Now I can kind of just go best available. Although I kind of feel like I've been doing that. I think it's a good start for us. We're going to have a while before our next pick, so we can kind of just watch the draft play out and see how it goes. Honestly, these 3rd round guys right here are real studs. I feel great having Breece Hall as my running back 1 in the 3rd round. Like, that's awesome. I also see on Underdog that Justin Fields has gone above Joe Burrow. I get it. I understand it. Also, 4 points per passing touchdown. I get it. I understand it. I don't think he can go above any of these guys, but I get it. Derrick Henry's a real tough one for me. I'm not sure how to feel about him just given what Tennessee looks like this year, and he's going to be 30. I think this is probably a fair spot for him in the kind of the back end of the third round. I feel pretty comfortable, honestly, at this point with taking all these guys over him. Whoa. Okay, I'm a huge Calvin Ridley fan. He's on my dynasty team. Calvin Ridley, the wide receiver for 19, is crazy. That's way too high. Ramondre Stevenson on the board in the 4th round. This is crazy. Those are studs all around. I like all of these guys. 4-3 for Ramondre Stevenson is a steal. All right, I'm starting to come up. Mark Andrews went. I don't really want to take a tight end, but TJ Hawkinson is very tempting if he's there. We could play some ADP here because there's still a lot of guys. I like Jahmyr Gibbs, but not right now, like for the next round. Mike Williams, that was one of the guys I was really in on. Calvin Ridley is too high for him. I cannot trust that. Kind of leaning between Najee and TJ. I think we'll just have to see how these next couple picks play out. It's got my auto draft Calvin Ridley. I'm all for it. Jerry Jeudy. Okay. I get it. I'm going to take... He took Ridley. Do I want Najee or do I want TJ? This is really... I don't like going quarterback and tight end early if I do that. Drake London, I'm very interested in too. I think I'm going to go with the wide receiver. I think he has a really good upside. I think this is a better format for him with 3 wide receivers. I'm going to take Drake London. I didn't do either of the things I said. That's just how it goes sometimes. Najee, great pick though. I was in on him. This type of format, Najee Harris, he's not a very high-scoring person, so I'm more interested in someone like Jahmyr Gibbs or Aaron Jones who will have the big spike weeks. And I just think at this point, I still need some of those good wide receivers. Joe Burrow's still around. Great. Didn't he already have Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow? I think that's kind of interesting strategy. I feel like if you're going to take Jalen Hurts, you just wait a while on your next guy. What if I just got Cool. Whoa, this guy is going hardcore on the wide receivers. I wonder if he wanted either of those guys. That probably would have made sense for the 0 RB strategy. Well, now that I didn't get TJ Hawkinson, I'm definitely going to wait a while on the tight end position. All right, let's start looking who I might want. I like all of those guys. I don't really like any of those guys. I'm not in love with these wide receivers either. Jameson Williams is kind of interesting for some upside. I'll probably take one of these running backs. Dalvin went. Yeah, I think I'm going to take one of these guys probably. I don't really like these wide receivers that much in comparison to what I'll get at running back and what I'll get later. Yeah, I'm going to take Jahmyr Gibbs, or if not, then Aaron Jones. All right, Jahmyr Gibbs, thank you very much. Just like I said last round. All right, there's a team so far. Josh Allen, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tyreek Hill, Drake London. Feel pretty good about that so far. A lot of young guys, but some older veterans with Tyreek and Josh Allen who are proven studs, and then there's a lot of high upside with these other guys. I feel pretty good about that. For now, let's just kind of kick back and watch how this draft plays out for the time being. This whole guy, double RB, double wide receiver, double tight end. Oh, Aaron Jones, unbelievable value there for him. This is also good because I don't really have my rookies ranked with my normal redraft guys yet. So this gives me a good idea about kind of how I feel about them, because I felt pretty good about taking Jahmyr Gibbs over Dalvin Cook, but I think I would want Ramondre and Najee over Jahmyr. So I think that's probably right around where I'll put him. I still think Bijan's a little bit high, so I'll probably have him lower. All right, I need to focus. My pick's about to come up, so we can start looking at my actual picks and stuff. Kyle Pitts. No, I have Drake London. I can't do that. Dameon Pierce, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins. I don't honestly love any of those guys. There's all a lot of question marks with a lot of them. I love Dameon Pierce as like a player, but when they signed Devin Singletary, it's just really hard to trust him. Mike Evans, I don't love that. George Pickens is actually pretty interesting. I'm really in on Treylon Burks too. George Pickens or Treylon Burks. I like Treylon more as like a talent and prospect, but I think Pickens' situation is better, so I'm going to take Pickens. But that could really go either way. I just think the rapport that Pickens and Kenny already have is a lot better than Treylon and I guess Ryan Tannehill. Like, I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I do like Treylon a little bit more, but that one's close for me. And I just don't really trust any of these guys. Dameon Pierce, I can take the flyer on, but I'm just not that stoked on him. And J.K. Dobbins, I did really like, but with the whole Lamar situation, like, if Lamar's not there, then it's going to be really tough to trust J.K. Isaiah Pacheco, I would absolutely love. I think, although I'm not that in on Joe Mixon, I think as the running back 23, I think that's a good spot for him. I think that is incorporating the risk enough. So I would love Joe Mixon at this point in the draft. Oh, people flying off the board. Will I get either of my two guys? We'll find out. That'd be sick. Treylon Burks gone. Will Pacheco fall? No. The answer is no. Damn. All right, well, Deontay's not going on there. Kadarius, kind of interesting. Darren Waller, Devontae. I really like Darren Waller, honestly. I'm going to take Darren. I think his opportunity there with the New York Giants being able to really kind of be the lead target there, I think that opportunity is just great overall. I did like Kadarius Toney. There's kind of two guys I was debating between, but I'm just going to take Darren Waller and feel pretty solid about it. I'll definitely take other guys, but not for right now. I have honestly become a pretty big Cam Akers fan this offseason. I just think that with the team that he's on and how he looked down the stretch last year, there's just a ton of opportunity for him. And if he can look anything like he looked at the end of the year, he's going to be honestly really good. And if he produces like that, then the end of the 7th round is an unbelievable value for him. Well, both those guys didn't have quarterbacks. That makes sense. Because these type of people are, if you can get them as your second quarterback, absolutely great. But, like, don't reach on them if you already have somebody like Josh Allen like I have. Oh, this guy didn't double up for once. Crazy. 3 tight ends. Daniel Jones, another great little backup there. Ooh, I would have loved Brandon Cooks. I'm honestly I think I'm a huge fan of him this year. I think his opportunity in Dallas is great. Man, I really love all these rookies. I really like Khalil Herbert, too. I would be stoked to have him. Although I could probably risk it for next round. Quentin Johnson, I think, is a good pick. Just he seems like a high upside type of person. So in best ball, really great to have someone like that. But I'm definitely going to take one of these running backs at some point, I'm hoping. But I would love Jordan Addison right here. All right, I'm going to take, man, this is tough. I want to take Addison, but there's also part of me that wants my backup as Tua. But I can't really trust that. I'm going to take Addison here. And then hope to get one of these running backs, James Cook, Zach Charbonnet, or Khalil Herbert. Oh, realize that I'm kind of covering my team. So here's what I got so far. I got Josh Allen, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tyreek Hill, Drake London, George Pickens, Jordan Addison, and Darren Waller. Zay Flowers just went. Huge fan of him, but that's the thing. If I'm picked between Jordan Addison and Zay Flowers, like, I'm taking Addison, so I didn't want to risk it. So that's why I went with him. I'm really hoping that one of these running backs gets to me. Ooh, Rashad Penny. Okay. I mean, I get it, but I still think someone like Cook, or I think all 3 of those running backs you got to take over Penny. No way he takes another running back, right? Oh, let's go. Okay. I will be getting one of my guys. Ooh. Okay. I got my pick of the litter. Now, I really do like Zach, but just given all the young guys that I got, I'm going to go with James Cook. He's going to overtake Harris, but I think it's really close between those guys. But I'm going to take James Cook here, but any of one of those guys I would have been very happy with. All right, turns coming up again. We can start looking. If Zach is there, there's no way I'm not taking him. I did not think he would still be here because I was so close to taking him last round. I highly doubt it, but there's just no way I would pass up on him. But he might get auto drafted right here. It's fine. I think Alexander Madison has a ton of upside too, just given the possibility of him becoming the running back 1. Really, if Dalvin gets traded, which they've talked about, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But the upside at this point, like the 10th, 11th round, like, this is definitely worth it. Also, really need to start thinking about some of my backups here. There's some good tight ends still, but my quarterback is definitely what worries me. I think I'm going to take Russ here, just a solid person who I think has a decent chance to bounce back, just given the offense that he's in with Sean Payton. Ooh, Samaje and Brian Robinson got taken. If Madison is there, I'm definitely going to take him. Yeah, I'm a Niners fan, but I think it's crazy that Trey Lance is still a top 15 quarterback being drafted. All right, like I said, man of my word, I'm taking Madison. I would love some Jake Okonkwo or Greg Dulcich. I'm also pretty interested in Kyler Murray as my quarterback 3, just given that he's not going to play till like the second half of the year. But if he's my quarterback 3, then I think that's great upside in best ball. All right, I definitely am interested in Wan'Dale Robinson and Josh Downs. Definitely some interest in Kyler Murray. I really wanted Chig, but he just got taken. Let's see what this next guy does. Odell Beckham. Okay, I'm taking Wan'Dale Robinson. I think even though I have Darren Waller, it's really not that important at this point in the draft. I definitely think he has an opportunity to be a solid and a really important piece of this offense. So Wan'Dale it is. And I need more wide receivers. Whoa, that went really fast. Okay. We're taking flyers at this point. I think I need a little bit more help on the wide receiver and tight ends too, but there's just no one I'm that interested in at this point. DJ Chark, I'm going to take DJ Chark. I think he has an opportunity to be at least decent and valuable for this offense with a rookie quarterback, so I'm taking my shot on him. Now, if any of y'all just saw this guy's pro day, he absolutely balled out, so I really want him as my last running back, but I'm just trying to play the ADP game where he's still not for another couple rounds, so I'm going to take him definitely early, but I've been trying to hold off on it. Oh, we see the first quarterback of the rookies go, Bryce Young. I don't really think there's a wrong choice. I did think it probably should be Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, especially in best ball where it's for this year. I think there's a decent chance that Anthony Richardson doesn't even play this year. Brock Purdy, okay. Anthony Richardson, Brock Purdy, back CJ. I mean, I would take CJ Stroud over those two for sure, but hey, what do you? All right, I need to take Jordan Love if he is here. Kenny Pickett, Jimmy G, Matthew Stafford. Kenny Pickett is actually pretty interesting way down here. Roshan Johnson. A lot of actually interesting guys down here. I really need a tight end, though. I think as good as Michael Mayer is, I just don't. The rookie tight ends are so hard to trust. He got taken anyways, so that makes it easy for me. Jordan Love. Okay, well, makes it easy for me. I'm going to take Gesicki here. I think he'll be at least decent enough in New England. All right, this is the range where I'm going to start looking for my boy. I'm obviously really high on him. I think most people are about to be. He's going to start shooting up draft boards. If he gets third-round draft capital, it's over. All right, we're in the 15th round now. At this point, we're just taking flyers on whoever we think has some upside or positions that we need. I feel I'm pretty good on the position, so I'm really just kind of taking upside. I would like at least one more tight end or quarterback, but we'll just kind of have to see. A little interested in Trey McBride and Kenny Pickett here, but I'm just going to have to see what happens right here. I think I'm going to take Kenny Pickett just to have, I got a connection with George Pickens and also just having him in my third quarterback. I feel pretty comfortable with that. Hoping I can get my guy next round. We will just have to wait and see. 100% taking him if he is there in the next round. Oh, let's see if they've updated his player profiler. Nope, still have all his high school workouts in there, so can't really see the scores. It'll be interesting since it was all on the pro day what they do for it, but I would like to see what the pro day scores stack up. All right, my camera just overheated, so we're going to have to go the rest of this draft without it, but I'm honestly sure you guys like that better, so it's all good. Anyways, I was saying Tyquan Thornton, this guy, I'm a big fan of him, and I think he's a ton of upside. Just a little bit tough in that system in New England, but I think he's really talented, and I was definitely excited about him. All right, we're getting a little bit closer, so let's just keep our fingers crossed. And I don't like doing this because it hurts so bad when your guy gets sniped, but sometimes that's just what happens. We did it, boys. Let's go. Let's go. I'm hyped that he made it to me, so here we go. We're taking him. I'm feeling solid about my team. You can actually see it all now, so just give me an idea what y'all think about it so far. Definitely a little bit weak at the wide receiver, but could be a lot worse. I definitely think we got a good mixture of the upside and some safety. Actually, honestly, there's just a lot of upside here. But that comes with a lot of risk, so interesting to see how this team will play out. But overall, I feel pretty solid with this. Probably going to get one more tight end and then just stack wide receivers probably. Ooh, I was hoping that Marvin Mims would fall. Definitely going to take Mechie if he's here. Man, I don't love these wide receivers at all. And these tight ends are all the same to me. So I am going to take one of these wide receivers here. I'm going to take McCole Hardman. Hopefully we'll get Aaron Rodgers. Really high upside. It's going to be either a 2-touchdown game or it can be no yards. So at this point, I think that's kind of the guy that we're looking for. Ooh, Gus Edwards is actually not I mean, for the 17-10, that's a pretty solid pick. Oh man, these tight ends are starting to fly off. I didn't think they go quite that fast, so I'm definitely gonna have to take one at this next pick because I definitely wanted one. Hopefully these guys won't take them though because they just took one. I'm cool with either of these two. And he took Jelani Woods. Why do you need more tight ends? Oh, I guess it was your third. All right, Irv Smith is up to you. I'd be cool with Darnell Washington. That guy is an athletic freak if y'all have not seen his combine stuff. It's crazy. Will Levis. Honestly, I think he has a better chance to start than Anthony Richardson. All right, Irv Smith, let's go. Sweet. All right. Feel pretty good about my positions beside wide receiver, so I'll probably just look for them now. Maybe a running back, depending on who's there. Chuba is kind of interesting. Man, how the mighty have fallen. Actually, I already have 2 Giants. I cannot take Darius Slayton. Oh, my turn. Okay, Deontay Hardy is exactly who I wanted, so I'm going to take him. Just some high upside on the Bills, just taking shots. So, yeah, that sounds good to me. He's still on the team. Jerick McKinnon's not. How much worse could it get? I kind of imagine that the Chiefs are going to sign somebody. I mean, not sign, draft somebody. But for right now, I mean, in like the 20th round, I can mess with some Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Pierre Strong is semi-interesting too at this point. Dearness Johnson as a backup. I mean, it's my last pick, right? Yeah, I have one more pick. All right, cool. I mean, at this point, like, we're just taking absolute guesses. I don't even know what I'm going to take, but this is the last pick that I got in the draft coming up. All right, last pick. I'm going to take one of these 3 guys. I don't really know who to take. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to take Pierre Strong. He was really good in his last game of the year, or his last couple games on the stretch. There's definitely a little bit of upside there from what we saw from him. But yeah, that was the last pick. We can go over my team. So here's what I got. I got Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, Kenny Pickett, Breece Hall, Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, Alexander Mattison, Israel, Pierre Strong, Tyreek Hill, Drake London, George Pickens, Jordan Addison, Wan'Dale Robinson, DJ Chark, McCole Hardman, Deontay Hardy, Darren Waller, Mike Gesicki, and Irv Smith. So overall, I think this team, honestly, I feel pretty good about it. I feel a lot better about it than I actually thought I was going to be because it's my first one. So kind of just getting my feet wet and really get an idea of what this was like. But yeah, you can get a better look at my team right here again. 3 people on Buffalo, not any 4 teams. So I feel pretty good about the way I kind of spread it all out. You can view the full draft again. If you want to get an idea of the first couple rounds, here you go. But yeah, overall, I feel pretty solid about this. We're about to start cranking out a bunch of these. I might even live stream a couple. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. There's always going to be some difference of opinions when going through a draft. So let me know which ways you would have gone differently. Overall, I do feel pretty solid about it. Would have been interesting to take Travis Kelce in the beginning and kind of see it and how that played out. But yeah, there you have it. That's the draft. That's the first mock draft we got. Let me know what you guys think about it. We're definitely going to be having some more coming soon, so stay tuned for those, and I will see y'all there later.